Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you are tuning in. My name is Jonathan Torres-Herrera, and you are watching or listening to the JTH show. Today, let's talk about if the Proud Boys was just an inside job. But first, roll the intro. All right. Thank you for coming back and enjoying one of our shows. If you're new here, we do these commentary episodes pretty much every day at this point, where we bring up news and what is happening, and we try to bring what is important to, everyday people like you and I. In addition, you can catch this episode here on YouTube on any of the following podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Radio Public. Also, if it's not too much to ask, I would really appreciate it if you can just hit that like button. You have no idea how important that is for us. In addition, you don't remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification. Also, if you think we've earned it, hit the join button as well. All right, Josh, what do we have for today?
Well, the news has been really kicking off in the past couple of days. We've already forgotten about the siege of the Capitol and that Joe Biden is now the president of the U.S. Because, as you said in the title, were the Proud Boys an inside job? Well, the news has really been kicking off on this one because on, I believe, the news platform Reuters, I think that's how you pronounce it, the exclusive is Proud Boys leader was a prolific informer for law enforcement. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
No, honestly, I was just like this much shocked, when I heard it. But then as I started reading the article, right, I was like, it kind of makes sense, right? But to give people more context, the article also added that Enrique Tarrio, which is, again, the leader of the Proud Boys, obviously now it's labeled as an extremist group. And I believe you had mentioned, Josh, earlier that in Canada is labeled as a terrorist group. Is that right? Or what is it in Canada?
It's now being named by the House of Commons as a terrorist entity. So basically not welcome in Canada.
Right. It also says that so it has passed as an informer for the federal and local law enforcement, repeatedly working undercover for investigators after he was arrested in 2012, according to a former prosecutor and a transcript of a 2014 federal court proceeding obtained by Reuters. Now, so you guys also know, and to be fair, the Proud Boys organization started officially after this whole fiasco that that Reuters is exposing, right? It started in 2016, I guess you can kind of say officially. Now, when did the actual idea pop in this guy's head? Who knows? And if not in this guy's head, as we're kind of hinting here, in the heads of whoever is ultimately the puppet master. Now, Josh and I did try to look for any evidence that perhaps, this is just, some hearsay, some rumors, mainly from any group trying to make this guy look bad and, kind of victimize him, or even this guy coming out outright and saying that this is 100% false. We haven't found anything. Now, perhaps he has in some random TikTok video or God knows where, but we haven't found anything officially, right? In addition, it looks like in the article also said that in the Miami hearing, a federal prosecutor, a Federal Bureau of Investigation agent, and Tarrio's own lawyer described his undercover work and said he had helped authorities prosecute more than a dozen people in various cases involving drug, gambling, and human trafficking or smuggling. So let's really get to the core, right, of this story. And that is that there is a possibility that the whole Proud Boys for America, blah, 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 was being led by someone that essentially was working with the very law enforcement that supposedly, right, in many cases you heard was trying to take down the Proud Boys, or at least was not working with the Proud Boys, when in fact, there's a good chance that it was, right? If this guy went as far as to become an informer of law enforcement, in my opinion, at least, it is very possible that he created this group with the end of perhaps infiltrating certain radical groups. So the question is, does it make this guy a bad guy, or does it make him A good guy.
Well, it always depends on where you stand politically with that one. But it's actually funny that you say that because in the interview with Reuters on this Tuesday, just being, which is the 26th of this month, January, he said, "I don't know any of this," and he also went on to say about the transcripts, "I don't recall any of this."
Yeah, but that
So
doesn't mean he
he's
outright denied it. It's not. It's not like he's like, absolutely not or something, right? Which is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like he came out and. I mean, it could have been really easy, right? Like, it's like if I told you, "Hey, Josh, I heard that you're working with law enforcement." I don't think your reaction would be like, "JT, I don't recall any of this." You would probably be like, "What the did I screw up?" No, I don't. No, hell no. I don't work with law enforcement. I have no reason to. You would be just, especially by the way, someone that is coming from a group, or is the so-called leader of a group that it's not necessarily the quietest group, right? It's not like these are church boys, right? So have a statement as simple as, "I don't recall this." You know.
Yeah, very ambiguous. I mean, it's his version of pretty much saying no comment, and we all know when someone says no comment, it's pretty much like, yeah, you did it, you
Yeah.
son of a.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And again, you're right. It does depend on what side of the aisle you kind of stand in. If it matters at all to some people, right? When it comes to, is this a good thing or is it a bad thing, right? Some might end up seeing it like, hey, hell, we should be thanking this guy because possibly he was informing law enforcement to this day, to this day about, hey, plans that the Proud Boys were creating. Hey, this is what they're trying to do. Hey, just so you guys know, blah, 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 whatever, right? So if anything, it's like, dude, that's great. That he was kind of like informing them. Of course, that doesn't hold a very good cred, right, in the streets, right? I don't think rats are as they're dubbed, right, very much appreciated. But again, I think that there's going to be a very big mixed bag, over this. Now, at the end, it could be possible. There is still the possibility that this is all made up information with the means of kind of giving that, the Proud Boys a final stab, right? Of saying, you guys are pretty much already hated by everyone. As you said, earlier in Canada, it's already labeled a terrorist organization and they're not welcome. And, it could be a final way of saying, hey, by the way, and your leader is whatever, right? With the idea of saying this is how we're gonna put a final, end to this. So, that's the story there, folks. I mean, you tell us what you guys think down below. But yeah.
Yeah, well, put it in the comments. I kind of have it in my mind that it went down something like this. Basically, like, I don't know, the FBI, the leader of the FBI, whoever he is, I don't know who it is, but anyway, calls up Tarrio on the phone, just like, yeah, we got a job for you. Basically, Trump is basically going to be president. The polls might say that he's not, but we pretty much know that he's going to be president. What you need to do is start a group. You call it whatever you want. Just don't worry about it. Just put a name, like the Patriot Party, something like that.
Nice.
So what I want you to do is basically be an alt-right group, something along the lines of Alex Jones, and just see how far we can push these people to say absolutely horrible and ridiculous things. Can you do it? And he's like, I don't know, I've got stuff on. And he's like, hey, you owe us.
Yeah, we'll put you back in jail. Yeah, we'll put you back in jail. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, this is all very conspiratorial. Do not quote me on this. I'll think about it.
Right, and then fine, yeah, whatever, man. We'll be proud about it. There you go. Proud.
Half the job.
Yeah, you got it, Tarrio. You got it. Go on and do your bidding. But again, like you said, it's all conspiratorial. I think it's gonna be one of those things that, like anything else, it'll continue evolving, and then we're gonna hear some other stories, right? Well, I think that's it for today, right?
Yeah, that's it for today.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It feels a little doom and gloom, but again, we have to bring you guys, the news so that you guys can, be informed. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification. And until next time, see ya. Hey, thanks for watching the JTH show. Remember, you can catch all the episodes, full episodes, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Radio Public. You can also visit www.thejthshow.com to catch episodes there and to catch anything that we had to blur out because of YouTube or any other platform. We usually put all of our raw information in there that is uncensored. You can also become a member at www.thejthshow.com to catch all the special perks. Thanks for watching.